Game of Thrones, episode 1, osa 4. Go! Mitä vittua mä oon tehnyt? Mitä mä oon oikeesti tehnyt? Tyrion! Oi, kun mä tykkään tästä pelistä.
You can do this.
Hop. Hissukseen, kaikessa rauhassa hissukseen. Hop, ei. Hissukseen, kaikessa rauhassa hissukseen. Ei, mä haluun pois täältä. Ei, no okei. Mennään sitten.
Ah, Lady Margaery. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Oh.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Mitä?
Is your family loyal to the king?
No totta vitussa.
Perhaps you should
Kaiken.
ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which.
Niinpä.
The girl is clever.
Kyllä.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I
Ne.
won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the wardens of the north. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Se kuulostaa
Clever
niin hyvältä.
girl.
Haha. Hei, kiva.
Perhaps too clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the warden of the north, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Kiitos Tyrion. Mutta
All
sä et näköjään
allegiances are
tykkää
not
tästä mun
easily
pelistä.
abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Joo, totta
To our
kai.
mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king.
Of course.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Voi perse, nyt mä annoin sille työkalut.
It raises an
Tehdä mulle
interesting
jotain
question, I
ikävää.
suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the
Sen
war?
takia se hymyilee.
Our dear Margaery here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake?
Siis
Should she
hetkinen,
be
mitä?
held accountable?
Mitä? Nyt?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Margaery. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Älä pistä mua vasta.
Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
Ei.
Evading the question won't help her cause. Who do you choose?
Perse. Mikä tässä on oikea vastaus? Miten Margaery ajattelee, että mitä mä vastaan tässä? Ei.
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Anteeksi. Mä kusin tän.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Margaery was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Margaery.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Margaery might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Mulla menee kaikki ihan perseelle. Aina kun tulee tällaisia, niin joka kerta miettii, että mä valitsin väärin.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
Aijaa.
But at least it's over now. Lady Margaery has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding.
Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Ei haittaa.
Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Ai niin sekin on vielä
Won't
hengissä
tell
tässä
if he has a
kohtaa.
paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Margaery could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Niin ehkä sille ei riitä aikaa.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Margaery well, which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Niin sä et tiedä miten
I would
Sansalle
even allow
kävi.
you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and
Sä
Tyrion
kuolet.
Lannister.
Sä kuolet ihan
What a
kohta.
perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Well,
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
Älä
This
vihane
isn't a
mulle,
game.
please.
It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Anteeksi siitä.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Oispa pitänyt ehkä kuunnella.
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Tää luulisi olevan niinku ihan selkeä kysyä tässä vaiheessa, että nyt hei mä tarttisin jeesiä. Mut sillä on pikkusen muuta ajateltavaa tällä hetkellä. Plus se ei oikein tykännyt siitä mitä mä sanoin Cerseille. Ja sit tietenkin Tyrion pystyy jeesaamaan, eihän pystykään, koska mä tiedän mitä Tyrionille tapahtuu. No.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Okei.
Go on. Ask.
Nyt lopeta. Hei!
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ei!
Ramsay
Nyt!
Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the
Anteeksi
protection of
tosta
the
äskeisestä.
crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but She insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know,
Ja
and
mitähän
I
tässä just
wouldn't
puhuttiin?
ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Sydän hakkaa koko aika. Joka
Very
ikinen.
well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Se pätkä olikin sitten siinä. Kiitos kun katsoit, toivottavasti tykkäsit. Ja ei muuta kuin katsellaan.